welcome back to Turnin Hip Hop. We're going to move on to our first review, which is Rick Ross' MasterMind. Now me, when I hear the term mastermind, I think of an intellectual person, but I don't get an intellectual album when I listen to this album. Now that's not to say that it's a terrible album, and I mean, the subject matter of this album is anything but original, but it has been argued that this is one of his best albums to date. Do I feel like that? No, I don't. I'm going to let you, Spade, tell me how you feel about this album.
The release date on this was March 3rd, 2014. He did debut at #1 on the Billboard's 200. First week sales were 179,000 in the U.S. I definitely feel like with MasterMind, I get what you're saying. With MasterMind, I'm going to say I definitely feel like this is one of his better albums. It's put together more than previous albums that I've heard. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, I think Port of Miami, majority of the time when it's a person's first album, you know, they normally come out of the gate, you know, swinging. Of course, Port of Miami would be, to me, one of his albums that, you know, when he first jumped in, you know, it just came across so hard, everybody wanted to know who he was. But as time goes by, most artists just tend to lack that focus, and I think Ross was doing that.
I didn't get that. I feel like Ross, his career was on an uphill, you know, on an uphill ride the whole time until that God Forgives I Don't. I felt like that's where he kind of fumbled the ball a little bit.
He fumbled it a lot.
So
fumbled it a lot. I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I like the Triller. Triller was on
I felt
but
like,
look how far you had to go back for that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
like
what
Deeper Than Route was good. It was okay. You know what I'm saying?
I enjoyed that album, to be honest. I mean, I just feel like
it was okay.
I feel like the God Forgives I Don't was the one that really was like, okay, he gets to that plateau and stuff is starting to level off, and he's no longer going on that incline. So,
and I mean, another thing about Ross is also the thing that I think what people don't like about Ross is that he's just a character, and I think some people also bring that into judging his music, and that's where I'm gonna stop. Like, I do have the ability to, you know, if you ask me personally, I think he's a clown. You know what I'm saying? Like, personally, when I look at his interviews and stuff like that, I think he looks a little foolish. He gives foolish interviews, and he kind of talks like, you know, I'm on this other planet, and a lot of artists are not on that same planet. So when he gives his interview, I don't really, you know, agree with it. But music-wise, I separate him from what he brought to it, and this album is way versatile. So I'm going to go to my first one, which is a remake of Nobody, which is, you know, of course, Big.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, I'm glad you brought that up. Know why?
I
do not like this song. Why? Because I listen to the real Nobody. This doesn't compare at all. Because Biggie is lyrical. Biggie had storytelling in it, and the way Biggie came on that's like one of Biggie's best songs. Nobody. So
I hear you. That song didn't sit right with me originally, but it did grow on me, and I have been listening to it more. But it's nothing, like you said, compared to the original. But I wouldn't even do that, you know, to that song.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because two-polar, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you. For me, I'm going to say, for one, you have, let's take away his Nobody. Now, you just view Nobody based upon what's in the rap game right now. And you tell me that, hold on. But you tell me that based upon what's on the rap game right now, what's touching that song? Because you're basing it against something.
Because Frenchy on there too, so
I understand. and he gives a good look. But you have the ability to sit there and say, well, I'm going to judge it against something that is a classic. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep in mind that he got not the okay from Puff. He got the okay from D-Rock, which is Biggie's man. He didn't get the okay from Puff. Puff, you know, they used a clip of Puff schooling some young brothers, I heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't even Puff getting on the song. That was Puff actually schooling something. That was actually a real situation going on. But if you compare that to what's going on, what's touching that?
Right.
Like, that's why I can't agree with you. Like, I get your point, but I can't agree and say I'm gonna judge Biggie's and his. Like, it's a such thing as paying an ode to hip hop and homage to a lot of the older hip hop, and to me that's not what's being done. A lot of the younger generation don't give you know, thanks and props to. So I have to give him props for that.
Right. I wanted to talk about the intro, Rich's Gangster. I thought that was a good setup track, you know, to lead into the album for like a big single. That's something that I didn't get. Like I didn't get that big single feeling from this album. I mean, there's some good songs on there, like Mafia Music. I think it's Mafia Music 3. Yeah, I think that was Rick Ross in perfect form on that track.
That track was hard.
That track, that was a nice track. He put that track together. That's one of my favorite tracks that Rick Ross has ever done.
I would definitely agree with you on that because I'm not even really a Jamaican fan, and just hearing Movado and Sizzler on there is like when I was like, wow.
That track. Two hottest guys right now in reggae right now, Sizzler and Movado. They both hot.
Yeah, that track was hard, and then Rick Ross, like I said, I felt like he was in perfect form on that track. And when he got on there, his rhymes were executed flawlessly. He wrote the beat. He had some witty stuff in there. I like that track thoroughly.
Now I'm gonna say, what do y'all think about his actual single, "The Devil Is a Lie," featuring Jay-Z?
That was okay.
I was more excited for it than when I actually heard it. You know, it was cool, but just thinking about the track, you know, him and Jay-Z, this is his new album. I just thought it was gonna be something way more than what it actually was. I mean, it was a good song, but I don't know if it should really do it for me.
Okay, and War Ready.
I like that. I like War Ready.
War Ready was tough, but Tracy T, I just can't deal with the screaming, man. You know, I know that's the new wave right now.
Yeah, that's the new wave.
People doing that stuff, but I'm not with it. Yeah.
And see, that was probably my Jeezy killed the track.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so I would go ahead and say is both of them coming, you know, back together, squashing their beef. And doing it for, you know, a bigger thing for hip hop.
Right.
I'm gonna say, you know, Jeezy came in, he definitely killed it. One of the things that I didn't like was the hook. I'm not a personal fan of that whole Tracy T, Migos, Rich Homie Quan type of chanting, type of hook style. I mean. I know people that do like it, and I think some people have caught on to it, but me personally, they could have kept that off of the track itself. I just didn't like that personally.
Aside from Mafia Music 3, my favorite track has to be What a Shame, featuring Prince Montana.
That was okay.
I like that also.
That was my personally, that was my favorite track. I don't know, it kind of, was that like an ode to ODB, I believe? And,
yeah.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, it was an ode to
And yeah, so you know that track, I don't know what it is about the track, but you know I find myself listening to that all the time.
My personal favorite track on the whole album to me was Blessing in Disguise featuring Scarface.
Oh yeah.
And Zero. That to me is my favorite.
That's my classic.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite song on the whole CD.
That song alone is worth the purchase of the album. If you just buy the album just to listen to that track, you know, I would say get it just to listen to that track.
Yeah, I'll come on that thing later.
And even Zero, you know what I'm saying? Zero gives a great hook. The sample on that is definitely fun. You know, it just has a homegrown feel, and that's one of the things that I definitely liked about it. And you know, that's one of my favorite tracks.
Now, what surprised me is that track with Lil Wayne. I thought it was gonna be like a little formulaic.
Thug Cry?
Yeah, Thug Cry. I thought it was gonna be formulaic, Lil Wayne and Rick Ross with one of these trap beats and stuff, but I was surprised. The song is actually a good song. You know, kind of has a concept behind it.
It's a sample too.
Yeah, it's a sample.
That's how we were talking about the 93 to Infinity.
Yeah, they actually sampled 93 Till Infinity from Souls of Mischief. For a lot of the younger viewers that don't know or are unaware that was a sample. I actually did like the track. As of lately, I don't really know. I don't be too impressed with Wayne now, like how I used to be. But I did like his verse on there, but it wasn't a classic Wayne verse. Right. But it was just a good verse, and like I said, and it was something out of the element because normally they do like this thug, you know, gangster, you know, back and forth. What did y'all think about Sanctified?
That's one. Man,
Sanctified.
we on point because I did not like that with me. I did not like that.
I like Sanctified, but I don't think it was a Rick Ross track.
I mean, it was done by DJ Mustard.
Okay.
That track is produced by DJ Mustard. He handed that track over to Kanye, and Kanye actually added other production onto it. So even when DJ Mustard heard it, he didn't even realize it was his song because the version that he gave to Kanye West is a faster version, and Kanye slowed it down and kind of added his production on it. So Kanye actually could have stole the track, you know what I'm saying, if he really wanted to.
I mean, and that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's either a Kanye or a Big Sean track. Like, I didn't.
You know the reason I don't like it? I mean, I don't like the song because of the fact that it got the gospel feel on it.
That's what I liked about it.
What you like about it? I didn't like that. I think I like right now with hip hop. I think that's kind of like disrespectful when they do that with the gospel, because once you hear like the gospel feel, then the person come on there. Well, this, I mean, that's kind of did into me. And
I mean, I can't agree with that just for the simple fact this is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is rebellious, but hip hop, you're able to express yourself in no matter what form. There's no constriction.
What's the song with Big Sean that they did with the religious kind of thing?
Oh, you're talking about Meek Mill and Drake.
What was the name of that song?
I don't remember the name of it, but it was. I mean, I remember Pastor getting at Meek Mill about it. It's called Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
I don't like when rappers do that.
I mean, to me, I get you. You know, we all gonna have different like opinions toward it, but like to me, I just feel like in hip hop is known to push the envelope, and that's one of the things I'm saying about this album. If you think about some of the things that we just talked about, he has just given more diversity to an album, not a mixtape, but to an album. And to me, that is why I can say it's way better than, to me, majority of stuff that comes out. And it also just depends on what you like. My rating for the album is a 3.5. I've heard better from him, and I give it a 3.5 just based upon because even though it's better than what he's put out, I don't feel that it doesn't give that impact hit for me to say it's a classic. You know what I'm saying? It's just better. I just think it's better than what I've heard of him. I like the direction that he's going. I wish more people would do it. And I definitely don't. I definitely agree that it's a lot better than the rest of his album. So I have to give him a 3.5. It's solid. You know what I'm saying? It's not a classic, but it's solid.
I mean, that was my same exact rating. I gave him a 3.5 out of 5. I feel like I've already, talked about it enough. I mean, it's 3.5 out of 5.
I just give him 3 on this album. Like Space said, I heard better, but I'm just really looking for Ross to kind of like he was saying, really just take it to another level. It was a solid album though. I mean, I won't take it from him. It was a solid album.
I'm fighting for you, Ross, over here. Give better interviews. Please give better interviews. But I'm fighting for you over here. I got you. And like I said, compare it to other things that's out in hip hop right now, because there's a lot of nonsense out in hip hop. So that's another reason why I give it a 3.5. It's solid to me.
All right. So that does it for the Rick Ross review. Stay tuned. We got more coming.
Peace.
All right.